Alright, it's time to talk about the latest episode of Beyblade Burst GT. So I do actually have somewhat good news for those that are wondering. These episodes, I'm not gonna lie, have kind of been dry as of recent. This one was actually good. The last one wasn't that bad. The last one was pretty decent. It was alright to watch the battle. This one, we get the backstory of Gwyn. Kind of funny. And we actually get to see like Gwyn actually go all out. I do have a mini rant. We're gonna do some battles, but what I can say is that next week 100% is going to be a solid episode. I'm gonna explain why and stick to the end to see the battles that I'm gonna be doing. And also, let me know your thoughts for something I'm gonna ask during this episode review. But yeah, let's just get started. So, first of all, I believe Arthur's asking Gwyn what he should do. So first of all, yeah, Drum and his whole team is kind of down. And yeah, it's not looking too hot for them. Like, they keep on losing. Like, seriously, they keep on losing. So, this is actually the cool thing, right? So, in these episodes, right, when I'm watching them on YouTube, you can't really do, what do you call it? There's no actual subtitles, like there's fan subtitles, but there's no actual subtitles. But if you do Google Translate and you do Japanese and then if you do, like auto caption Japanese or whatever, then after you do auto translate to English, you basically get the backstory. So with Gwyn, when he was a child, basically says he was always surrounded by numbers. And it is really cool just to see Gwyn when he was younger. Look, such a pure lad. Look at that. So, basically said any difficult question has the answer that can be reached through a formula. So basically, anything can be explained through a formula. That's basically what Gwyn saw in life, I guess. I mean, you know, to be fair, I'm pretty sure he's either 3 or 4, so I'm not too easy. He's a genius. He's a genius. He drops a little marble, and he manages to calculate that. He's able to calculate, like, the movement of things. He's able to calculate all these things. The formation of the universe. And he said it was fun. And so basically she says, Gwyn, sometimes, you know, Gwyn, you need to play with some of your friends. And here's the thing. When Gwyn was playing with him, it's very different. Because Gwyn was really used to that. And I don't really think he was used to having, how do I say this? It's like, he didn't like the social interaction, I guess, something like that. He was just kind of just like isolated. I mean, I guess he really did. I mean, he has a mom and everything, so I guess he's just stuck in his room doing math equations the whole time until he met Drum. And then after Drum, he kind of had a connection. And then after was mad because his math didn't work. Which actually, I don't know what, that kind of does explain why he gets so mad, because he thinks that anything can be solved through a formula, anything can be solved through math. And then after, if there's a time where his calculation doesn't work, that explains why he gets mad, because everything should be solved. There shouldn't be some unknown variable that makes him somehow lose. I guess that's the reason why. So it's a small little flashback to him and Delta. So him and Delta are getting really close to finding out the weakness. And I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of getting dragged out because, you know, the last few episodes, I swear to God, like, the last few episodes have to be good, please. Please, I beg for those episodes to be good. So the battle starts off. So basically, this is their strategy. First of all, Drum has a new move, Ultimate Breaker. And Genesis has, like Infinite Tornado and stuff like that. So their strategy is basically simple. What they want to do is, their idea is that they both go after Genesis, they knock it out with an over finish, and then they deal with Apocalypse. However, when they're going for it, Gwyn sees that because Drum is going all out, and so is Delta, so he does Ultimate Breaker, and then after Master Upper, so then after you get the new Infinity, like Tornado, or Infinity Hurricane, where the literal symbol of infinity makes a shield around Genesis. Now that is actually really cool. Just the concept of like infinity as a shield, and it is kind of like awesome that they don't break through the shield. He just cancels it out. So Genesis is now activating its hybrid. It is now going onto the battle axis, and you get this really cool shot. So this is when Gwyn starts to get serious. Like, oh, you think you can beat me? So he starts to power up, and you get this really sinister face, and then after, the full power of Gwyn gets activated, which is so cool. So he's going after them, and then after, it's like, oh, Genesis! Superior Turbo! And he goes for Big Bang Slash. And then after, Drum's like, no! Dragon! And then after, they both activate their Gold Turbo, and Genesis is like, ha! Do you really think that you can beat me? And here's the thing with Genesis. Genesis actually... Okay, so here's what I really like about it. It's like, when he actually powers up, it looks so, like, sinister and everything. And I'm like, whoa! So the really cool thing about this is just like looking at him and his expression, it's like he's like confident. He's not confident in the fact that he's strong. He's confident in the fact that he knows that his math is what's going to lead him to like victory. So then after, we get this really cool shot of Gwyn going all the way back with Genesis appearing on it and doing Big Bang Slash. Looks super cool. And then after, Drum and Delta both activate their Gold Turbo to do Master Upper and Ultimate Breaker. They all clash, and this kind of does annoy me because this is really inconsistent with just basic logic. Okay, so Drum pushes back the Big Bang armor. Makes sense, right? Okay, then Delta hits the weak point, which, by the way, no matter what, with how the momentum and both of them are clashing, Genesis should have burst, but it doesn't. He pushes back them both, and he beats them. The score is 3-1, with Arthur proclaiming that WBBA will be destroyed. The following episode is where it's gonna get good. I use this term, if you don't know what it means, Sakugag? Sometimes I'm probably not even saying it right. Basically what it means, like I believe it's like the word in Japanese for like animation. So I use this for like, I think I used this for Drum versus Arthur originally, and I use this for Aiga versus Phi. So basically it means you're gonna get a lot of nice sequences where it's gonna look really nice, or to even dumb it down further, then the scenes are gonna look very pretty. It's gonna be like eye candy. You get a nice shot where Gwyn is in Drum's eye, and it transitions out. You get some really nice expression off of Arthur. You see actually the beams in his eyes like kind of like smear away. And you see when Arthur moves, you actually get like so expressive, and like you actually see like the smears of his like actual hair moving and everything. You get some really cool smoke effects, and it looks amazing. So this is one of those things where this would have to be like, for a Beyblade Burst battle, probably in like the top 10, just for how good it is for a battle. There's a lot of battles where they actually do have everything to it, like a wait for the characters, build up and everything. And there's just some battles where it's just good to look at, and it's interesting. So Delta's going to go head on against Apocalypse, and it seems like Delta's going all out. Drum activates Gold Turbo, and you can actually see he's trying to reach out to Gwyn, where you can see he's surrounded by all this math. You actually see this good impact frame. Looks so nice. Gwyn's probably going to reject Drum trying to help him. And you'll notice that Diabolos is, I believe, pushing on Dragon, hitting Genesis. And it looks like Delta gets blown away. I don't know. I don't think Diabolos is going to break. But my theory going into this, so we already know Game 4 and 5 is that tag team stuff, right? So what I basically said, in my theory, right? So Game 6 and 7 are the single battles. So my idea is this. First of all, they can't lose, because if they get 4, that's it. That's it. So what's gonna happen is that they're gonna have to win, because they have to win. They're gonna win that, right? And then after that, with the single battle, what'll happen is it'll probably be Delta versus Arthur, most likely. And then after, it'll be Drum versus Gwyn for the final battle. That's my prediction. But what I really wanted to say, and it kind of does annoy me, is sort of like, why was Amane thrown into the team if he has, like, he didn't do anything? He didn't really, it's not even like they could have done something clever where maybe he was the one who discovered the weakness of the Big Bang armor, something like, you know what I mean? Or not just that, just like he did something a little bit more, because to be honest, you could have probably had Fumiya on the team, because Fumiya could have been spin stealing, and he could have probably, you could have done the whole mini arc where he got Gold Turbo. And since it's the WBBA, why did they not get Aiga and Valt? You know? Right? Because think about it. No offense, but if the final battle for this series was with Union Achilles / Valkyrie redeeming their roles in the series and Valt and Aiga kind of just being thrown away to the sides, it would have been so cool. It would have made all the tag team stuff more. You could have had Drum and Aiga tag teaming. You could have had Valt and Drum tag teaming, and it would have been so awesome. It would have been like the veteran Bladers teaming up with the new one to stop Hell. Or they could have had more members on the team. Maybe they could have thrown in Joe, and they could have had 4-on-4. And you see what I mean? It's just really dumb how like this tournament thing is written, because not even like, okay, well, it's just a tournament. No, it's like they could have thrown in Valt and Aiga. That is why I'm going to be doing Union and / battles in this one, because they deserve it. And yeah, that's it for my rant. I will definitely have to put Valt and Aiga in the thumbnail, because I have just went through that rant, and I will do the battles for what should have happened in the anime. Alright, first off, Genesis. That was Genesis. It did actually push away the armor. Come on, Achilles. I'm literally just gonna be doing all these battles. I have to, because you gotta. Oh no, Genesis is just gonna do, yeah, it's just gonna do the Genesis thing, isn't it? Okay, Genesis. We're gonna do a third round against Genesis. Wow, would you look at that? See, Aiga could have done that. And by the way, you could have had Aiga versus Arthur and have the rematch since he interrupted their match, and that could have been like cool banter and everything. Wow, look at that. Apocalypse going down right away. Wow. Why didn't they just put Aiga on the team? It's like so, I'm so flustered right now. I'm so flustered right now. Because Aiga already has Resonance, and he has Gold Turbo. Valt literally has Gold Turbo, and he's a skilled blader. So, like, come on. Okay, that was Valkyrie. That was Valkyrie. You see that? We could have actually, you wanna know what? Even too, by anime logic, Valt has this little spring move, so he could have actually pushed back the armor lock, and he could have probably. Oh my god, it's so it's so dumb. All right. That is a rip, but yeah. I guess I will just do a quick one. Wow, it's just like the anime. Whoa. Yeah, no, but seriously, Achilles and Valkyrie would have been so cool. Like, just imagine. Like, seriously, just imagine If you had something like Genesis, right? And Genesis was just spinning. No, like, seriously, yeah, Genesis doing that. And then after you could have had, like, Achilles and Valkyrie. Like, just chiming in. But yeah, that's gonna be it. I was actually thinking of just doing a full-on, like, WBBA, if I pick the members of who would be in it. Like, I would still keep Drum, and I would just add Valt and Aiger. Like, literally, just that. Just that alone would have probably redeemed it a lot. But, yeah, that's gonna be it for now. Thank you all for watching. Like and share, and tell me your thoughts on the episode. Tell me your thoughts on what I kind of criticized the episode for. Are you enjoying it so far? What do you think about next week? And comment what battles do you want to see? Do you actually want to... comment hashtag new WBBA if you want to see the new team I kind of talked about. And comment who do you think would win if there's the new WBBA thing. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Have an awesome, amazing day.